There's a real need for metrics in many different situations. So the World Health Organization has their Millennium Development Goals, their international health regulations. Many of these are calling for countries to do things better, do them faster, but we were seeing a real absence of concrete metrics that helped countries monitor these other big global efforts. And so by defining these metrics and having each country be able to do that, we can monitor that progress. We brought together a group of individuals from across the globe who represent some of these global efforts, like the Global Health Security Agenda, WHO and their after-action reports, people who did these metrics in the pilot studies in various countries, as well as really smart people in the public health community to push us and say, how do we make these metrics available? And then on the final day, we're all going to talk about how do we socialize these and get these embedded in some of these other global measures so that countries have an ability to be part of the evaluation. For us, this is the most important part of these metrics, is that in order to obtain the actual timeliness metrics, a country has to evaluate their own data. And in that way, they are engaged in what went right, what went wrong, and how to build that system prospectively, as opposed to looking at publicly available data that we could develop an index or a score for a given country, but there was no involvement or engagement or buy-in from them. So that was part of the purpose, is not only to have metrics that help us monitor success, but metrics that would require the country to actually evaluate their own data and come to the realization of how they can implement their own process to monitor these going forward. So can match into other systems like the World Health Organization's Sustainable Development Goals.